Hi, how are you today? How are you doing? I believe you're doing awesomely well. How did your day go through? How has it been with you? How's your health? How's your health condition? I hope you're doing awesomely well. That's very important to be healthy. Being healthy is good business. It is good business to be healthy, and it is very important to be healthy. Being healthy is not what you have to joke about. Taking care of your body and taking care of your health is a wonderful thing to do. And I'm very sure you know about sleep well, eat well, and think well. That is why it is very imperative for you to sleep well, think well, and then eat well too. Doing this is a very good thing for you so that your body does not break down. Well, my video sharing with you today, is all about Alzheimer disease. Alzheimer disease. It is a disease that's ravaging the country. It is ravaging, especially the Western country, to the specific Canada. Alzheimer's disease is a disease the medical professionals and medical practitioners had to really fight and, to curb this very disease. Some people don't know about this disease because it is at the later stage that this disease manifests. But right now, it is quite embarrassing that even the younger ones are, exhibiting the tendency of having this very disease. This disease is something that it has to do with memory disorder. It has to do with memory disorder. That is why it is very imperative for you to actually go and do your checkup, your normal checkup with the doctor, do your routines checkup from time to time. It is very important to do that. Take care of your body. Taking care of your body is a very good thing to do. Have a personal doctor. Having a personal doctor is not something that you can underrate, because taking care of your body is not a joke. It's not something that you have to joke about. A lot of people shy away from their responsibility. Ask me how. Take for instance, somebody has a disease and the person keeps hiding away from that. It is not ideal for someone or somebody to hide away from his or her disease. It is something that you have to share with someone close to you. They can actually check up on you and actually, advise you to meet the doctor. Otherwise, seek for a counselor who actually advise you and give you the right advice that we besides your personal doctor, which is very important for you. Now, talking about the Alzheimer's disease. Alzheimer's disease is a kind of memory disorder. It's a memory disorder that when it ravages the brain cell, which is damaged, it results to dementia. The person loses his or her memory. Take for instance, when you ask the person, if the person says something, like as in something, the person does not remember what he or she said. The person does not remember what he or she said earlier. It's a kind of, the person gets confused. If you ask the person, what did you say? The person says something else. Or if you remind the person what he or she said, he or she denies and says, oh, he never said that. It's a kind of memory disorder. It's a memory, and this is why it has to be managed very well by a medical practitioner or professional. That is why it is important to detect this very disease earlier. It's better to detect it earlier so that it can actually it helps to prevent it from the later stage, which is dementia. Now, if the person who has this very disease has a tendency of, a kind of it could result to, if the person can is a kind of, it can make the person to have criminal tendency. and a kind of losing his or her brain to do things that he or she is not supposed to do. Things that are abnormal. If you tell the person don't do this, the person keeps on doing that. It's a kind of abnormal situation. And now when this person develops this dementia, it leads to a kind of lunatic stage. In this very state, the person does not remember who he or she is. The person's memory is totally gone. The person does not remember anything at all. It could result to schizophrenia. Schizophrenia has to do with loss of memory. The person imagines lots of things. Oh, someone is after me. This person want to kill me. I better kill this person before the person kills me. There are negative thoughts about this very person. There are negative thoughts coming, and the person imagines lots of things. That is why it is good for this person to be managed earlier than necessary. Earlier is better to manage this person earlier than when the disease develops at the later stage. And that is why this very disease is not a respecter of any person. It is not a respecter of any person. Why? This disease does not respect any person. That's why it is very imperative to actually take care of your body, take care of yourself before you get into diseases that you can't really as a manage. Managing this very disease is very, very necessary, because that is why you see lots of people who do some things in an abnormal way. You can't imagine as in someone stabbing another person, take for instance with kitchen knife, or shooting someone, things that are abnormal, unhealthy things. Those are the causes of this kind of person is abnormal. This person is unhealthy. These are the people who can do things that are abnormal. It's not just limited to this very disease. That is why this kind of disease ought to be treated, ought to be managed at early stage before it gets to a later stage. Dementia is not a joke. It's not a joke. Treating dementia, this person has to be managed very well and properly well. Otherwise, things get out of hand. A dementia person does not know what he or she is doing. The person is not empathetic. The person does not empathize with other people. The person doesn't know what it means to say I'm sorry. The person doesn't know what it means to say to empathize with other people's situation. The person doesn't care about other people's feelings. A dementia person, someone that has Alzheimer, doesn't know what he or she is doing. The person is an instrument in the hands of devils. The person is an instrument in the hands of criminals. The person can do and undo. That is why a dementia person ought to be well managed. Well, with this kind of disease ravaging the country, and things that happen and stuff like that, this is why these people is not a kind of confinement, but let their normal medications be taken and let them become normal. This is why it is very imperative for medical practitioners and professionals to do their jobs, and if they can't handle it very well, they should refer those people to a better medical professionals who can actually handle this very situation or very condition before it develops to a later stage. And this is why the economy, when people are ravaging with different diseases, the economy goes down. This is why healthy people maximize their potentials for economy to develop and to develop, and things work in the country, and things happen, and then the economy becomes well and becomes, it booms well, you know, and things happen properly well. So again, it is imperative to know that when someone or when uh, uh, um somebody, a worker is not, is not healthy, it is ideal for this worker, to take his or her time to take a leave and treat himself or herself before resuming to work. That's very important to do that. Otherwise, others or the colleagues will be influenced negatively. Managing your health condition is a very good thing to do. It's very important to do that. Take for instance, there are some places where you go and food poisons are given in the name of food. In the name of food. Who is responsible for this? Would I say that it is part of the measure? Because when a worker does not take time to do his job very well, who is responsible for that? Is it the worker or the person eating the food? This is why it is very important. Is either there is a kind of loss of memory based on the worker, or there is no proper training given to the worker to do the right thing. And that is why quality manpower is supposed to be employed, or quality manpower is supposed to be employed by every company. Trying to manage people and trying to invest in a cheap way is not something that is ideal. It's not something that is, that should be admired. And that is why teachers in colleges, or I rather say colleges, should do the proper thing by being accredited and, before doing the right thing, before educating their students. When people are given food poison, who is responsible for that? Well, these are some of the things, the medical professionals should actually tackle, and deal with. Responsible ones, the ones that are professionals, the ones that are responsible, should take up this challenge and do the right thing so that people don't get food poisoning, so that people don't die, all in the name of food. Doing the right thing is very important. It's very important to do that. You can't imagine somebody taking medication that has already expired. It is very important to check your medication. Check your, whether over the counter or whatever it is, check it. If the person does not do his or her, it is the responsibility of the person selling it to you to do that. It's not your responsibility. But otherwise, do your own responsibility to recheck, because your health is very important to you, even if it's not important to the other person. And that is why it is good and it is important for you to go to the right place. Purchase the right thing at the right place. Always check the products. Check the expiration date. Check the expiration date. It is very important to do that because some of these can be cancerous. It can cause cancers, and not just cancers. There are lots of things that you should actually, find out before purchasing a product. This is why food poisoning is, it ravages the body, the system in the body. These are things, those are things that medical professionals, wherever they work in, should be very careful. Those in the medical field or health field should be very careful dealing with and doing their work, their job in a perfect way and in a way that they know that they stand out and do the great job which they're doing. Well, It is very important to do the right thing. Being knowledgeable about your profession is the best thing that can happen to you. Being knowledgeable about your profession is the best thing that can happen to somebody. That is why going to the right school, going to the best school is what you need. And, having quality teachers that will actually teach you and you know the right thing to do. Because human beings are human beings. Taking care of somebody and taking care of people, take for instance clients, your intention, your intention is to take care of this person. Is to take care of this very person. Either the person has mental health issues or whatever it is. Your intention and your motivation, the reason behind your job is to make the person feel better. It's to make the person to feel well. It's to take care of the person. It's to make the person to stand up from his or her feet and to do what he or she is supposed to do. So in that very case, do that which you're paid for. Do that which you know, which you're knowledgeable about. It does not only give you honor, you don't only earn honor from it, but it makes you outstanding in your great job. It makes you outstanding. It makes you to be passionate about what you're doing. It makes you to stand out from other people. When you do a great job, you're not just only being recognized, but you're being, you earn respect. You earn respect from what you're doing because there is no one that underrates somebody that is great at his or her job. I love it when I see, when I see smart ones and when I see smart ones and when I spot them out, I don't I don't help. I can only what I can is so passionate and is so enthusiastic, knowing such people. Knowing such people is what makes me, smile because I do my job. I love to do my job to the best of my knowledge. I love to do my job perfectly. I love to do my job in a perfect way, and I love to do my job awesomely well. And this is why I always love to be in the right track and I love to be in the right path. Doing things legally and professionally is the best thing that can happen to you. Change your word where you are. Change your word where you are. Change things at your workplace. Stand out where you are. Do the right thing which you're supposed to do. Be professional in your job. Do the right thing you're supposed to do. Take up things that you ought to take up. Issues that need to be, they need to be taken care of. Don't neglect them. Talk about them. Don't shy away from your responsibility. You're not just being only paid for it, but it is what you're knowledgeable about. At this point, it is my pleasure, it is my pleasure talking about what I'm knowledgeable about and sharing my knowledge with you over there. You over there, take care of yourself. Take care of take care of your body. Whatever disease it is, you can actually manage it. Manage it and take care of yourself. Think well, eat well, sleep well, and don't forget to always be productive. Be productive. Being productive is what makes you stand out where you are. At this point, it is from me, Sylvie, saying you have a wonderful one and continue to shine. Be unique in your job. Be unique in what you do. Shine and always shine. Don't pin yourself to anybody's level. Be you. Be you. And don't be somebody else. Or don't be someone else. It is awesome to be you. You take care of yourself now. You have a wonderful one and continue to be the champion in your profession. And have a good one and a wonderful one now. You take care. Bye.